Go light, Gloria. You're gonna take me low. How's it going, everyone? I'm early today because I have a rendezvous. I have some errands I have to go do. I have to go fix the car, the garage, a couple things that I have to do today. So I said if I come on at 12:30, a bit ahead of time, and last till about 2 o'clock, the stream, I should be able to make it to my appointment for this afternoon. It's at just before 3. So I'm going to stick around. So I am a bit early. Hey, Carlos, how's it going, brother? Nice to see you, my man. Hey, I'm telling you, that sun is still going to town. I have not gotten the chance to see it today. I looked at it online. It's getting pretty crazy with what's going on, actually. Lots of activity on that sun. Theresa, be kind. Bonjour, mes amis. Bonjour à toi. Craig, 1971. Scott Lee. I'm sorry for being on ahead of time today because I have an appointment this afternoon around 2:30, actually. So I'm going in Montreal. So I'm going to have to leave here at 2. But at least we're still going to have some time. We're going to have the stream this afternoon. Nothing's going to change. And I put up a video last night at 12 o'clock midnight, which is always a mistake because usually there's no views at that time, but it doesn't matter. The video is there for those that are interested in seeing the UFO sightings from yesterday. A UFO was pretending to be a plane, I think, yesterday. I was positive. I even said it in the video. I said, no, it's a plane, even though there's one light flashing. Planes, you always know when there's planes. They have that same set of lights that's always lit. If somebody's living near an airport and you're filming airplanes without their lights on or blinking lights, they'll look like UFOs. If somebody lives beside an airport and is filming the planes lift up before their lights go on, it'll be near impossible to tell the difference between a UFO. So when you see them flash like that, you go, nope, that is definitely bad eye today. That is definitely a UFO or I mean, a plane and not a UFO. You could really tell the difference. Thanks again, Scott Lee. Darla's in the house. Mr. Peter Benton. How's it going, brother? You watching that sun, my man? Gonna have to catch up on your videos, you guys. Back, really bad back. A lot of people were talking to me about having problems with muscle problems and the whole kit and caboodle here on this end. Muscle spasms, Charlie horses in the toes and stuff. And yeah, it was a hard week with muscular wise. Anyways, hoping that'll stop and everything will come back to normal. I'll be able to go back to my walks. I think I overdid it a little bit, went a little bit too hard on the walks, but I always feel like I'm 20. I always have. So I'm pretty sure I'll still try to jump the fences at 85, but I might not make it over. A lot better, man. It is a lot better, Peter. The back is definitely a lot better. It's when I'm sitting down, like even just now there, it's very, very, it was very, very sore, but it's manageable today. A lot better. I couldn't last. Even when I was doing the stream last week, it was horrible. But if I'm streaming or if I'm not streaming, I'm still going to have to be sitting down. So, lying down hurts too much, which not for everyone, but depending on where your sore back is, I just could not lie down. I was less sore standing up. Standing up, no problems. Could do anything. I couldn't lift my hands up over my head at one point. The Divine Sorcerer is in the house. Thank you very much. I will watch your latest video after the stream, Bruce. Thanks, Craig, 1971. We got some cool things. And in the last video, I also entered 1 or 2 captures for the end of 2021, which is something in space that breaks up. And it's awesome. I hope you've seen it in the last video. It opens up like a U and like a string or something detaching, like a cable. It actually reminds me of those traps that they have in theory that they said that they wanted to try to catch debris that was around the moon with those nets in theory, but it literally looked like that, like a Spider-Man net that opened up. You can see that in the last video. Hey, Paul, thank you very much. Paul, I appreciate that. Whoop, I usually put the comments up on the top, but I cannot today because I did not use whatever it is that's called that I use or that I usually come on with. There's my memory for me today. Sore back, sore head, I guess. Trolls are nice and spicy, Those of you who did take the time at least to go over to the Ace of Spaces channel and comment on the last post, I do appreciate it because these guys get really, really triggered for so many silly little things. It's an amazing chance for anyone to have a channel and to have that many community members come by. You know, it's an honor. It's something I love doing, something I intend on doing for a long time. News is coming out. I'm hearing a lot about them on the verge of revealing the UFO secret, maybe even a bit more information about what's going on the moon. I hope so. Mad Cow Mark, how's it going? Good day, everyone. 2:39 a.m. Saturday morning here in Australia. I hope you guys are okay in Australia. I'm watching the crap that's going on. It's bull crap in a lot of places, but I'm watching especially in Australia too. With everything that's going on, I have a lot of support here. A lot of people from Australia, many people, Crawl Face, a whole bunch of people there in that area. I'm always worried about you guys watching the damn news. It's crazy what's going on. Grip Ripper, how's it going? Yeah, well, the only reason why you missed the start, you actually didn't, it's because I'm early. I came on at 12:30, which is probably it confuses people. I know it, but I have to leave this afternoon at 2 o'clock, the latest from here. And I said, well, if I come on a bit ahead of time, I'm going to have time at least to spend an hour and a half with everyone, which you'll have plenty of me after an hour and a half. Thanks for being members, you guys. Hey, John Black. How's it going, man? Appreciate that. Just uploading a day out on Easter Sunday vid. Awesome, man. I'll be checking that out. I hope everyone else will do the same. You can check out other channels. Divine Sorcerer's got videos up. Peter Benton, maybe even John Black. I don't know. A lot of people have videos. I don't always get the chance to go and see your channels, but John, Peter, the Divine, Darla, just amazing the support that you guys are giving the channel. I cannot thank you enough. So now, yeah, that is weird. Okay, you see, the reason why I'm here is because for some reason I wanted to add mods. Doesn't really mean anything, but it really does. And I always add a few because I can't see who's a mod on the other channel. Hey, Kyle, man, thanks for being here, bro. So Bruce is on and have a chance to like and say hi, and then got to do stuff. Can't thank you enough, brother. Thank you very much for being here, Kyle. Now, Peter, too, has the wrench. A bunch of people didn't have the wrench, but it's not that I didn't trust you. It's that no need for so many wrenches, but once in a while, I update. Paul, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, it is. It's a lot better, man. My back is a lot better. Thanks for asking, Paul. I got scared, man. Numb leg. It's a sciatic nerve. Left leg was completely numb. Like I said, Mr. and Miss Jingles were numb. Mr. Dangles was numb. And the back door was closed. It was like couldn't find the back. It was numb. The whole base and the whole body was numb. Everything. So you guys just imagine having those objects numb. It's a scary feeling. It's a real scary feeling, actually. Burns in the house. Thanks a lot, Burn. Tony Brooks in the house. Hi, Bruce. How's the back? Voyager finds object 5 billion times bigger than the sun. Incredible. I'm hearing about it too. Thanks, Tony. The back is doing a lot better. Oh, John Perez. Sorry, man. Sorry for missing that, brother. Hello, Bruce. Your passion is appreciated. That's what I want to hear, bro. Thank you so much. How can we send you information that I want to share? Having big email problems, but John, I do have an email that you could send it to, and I'll get that up right now. And I'm sure somebody probably already did. It's Bruce Swartz, all together, 75, commercialgmail.com. And I will be checking those this weekend, I promise. And thanks for being here, Paul. What's going on? Everything jammed up here. Slow mode is on only for 30 seconds, but that's to prevent for some of the trolls when I catch them when they arrive. But you can feel free to comment every 30 seconds. Teresa Be Kind has a sore back too, she said. Which See, this makes me mad because I have to go back up to see those comments, and I've always been fucked around on my channel like that. It really, really pisses me off. I got to go back down now to see what I missed. See, there's a George there now. Hi, Bruce and the community. Thanks for your work, bro. I really appreciate it. Love you, man. I appreciate it all from Sweden, Stockholm. Beautiful place. Thank you very much. And surprisingly, I have a lot of people from Sweden also that come here to the channel. A lot of people from Sweden. Thank you very much. Eric, how's it going, brother? Eyes to the skies, guys. Thanks, Bruce. My pleasure. Yes, exactly. Eyes to the skies. And that's why does the sun come out when I'm streaming? Oh, that's pissing me off. Maybe I should set up. Haven't been checking the sun for a while, but getting back on it. Hey, I don't know about you, but you probably didn't miss much, Peter, because the skies were so bad. I didn't have many chances of catching the sun, of seeing it properly. It's been gray here, as I'm sure a lot of people from Quebec here will say the same thing. For 2 to 3 weeks, it's just total grayness, even though now the sun is shining through like it's a beautiful day. Pissed me off. I was up all morning, guys, waiting to get the sun, and I did not get it. So when I have things to do, I think of the things I'm doing. I don't know if you guys are like me. I'm doing a stream now and I want to sit and relax, but I have to be in Montreal later, so I'm always looking at the time. That's what humans do, eh? We're always pressed for time. We always got things to do. And UFOs around last night. I was surprised. I was surprised to see UFOs last night. What do you think of that flashing light on the light? Maybe even some of you will think it's a plane. But if you use common sense, you know it's not a plane, because planes, they can turn on and off their lights for a reason, for a mistake, for a test. But leaving the light off while you're flying is illegal. And that's what the light did in the last video. Beautiful big flash, which, by the way, are not quite as big as the flashes of the airplanes. And at the beginning of the video, I was able to put an airplane in it, which was for some reason small aircraft going by. His lights were off. Then he turned all the lights on, the flashing lights, and then he had his searchlight on in front. We're looking around for something. I mean, I don't even know if you can see anything with that bloody searchlight. It was a bit odd seeing that. Maybe he was looking for the UFO that was going by. Who knows? Hiccups now. Uh-oh. Thanks. Thanks again, Kyle. Appreciate that, man. Thanks again, Paul. Here's the hiccups. Not as bad as was shown. We went through lockdowns, but we are back to normal life. Good for you guys. Not here. Here in Canada, the lockdowns persist. We are the most V'd country in the world, by the way. They say 90% and everything, but I don't believe it. I do not believe it. A lot of truth is coming out about all that shit, even though we can't talk about it. Boy, I get pissed off at YouTube for what they've been doing and suppressing people for the past 2 years, talking about the jabs. Really disgusting. And when people find out the truth about why they were hiding stuff. So let's carry on. Hey, Voyager, guys, think of it. Yeah, the Voyager 1, and there was Voyager 2, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 2 and 3? I think 1 and 2. Finds object 5 billion times bigger than the sun, is what I heard too. Guys, 5 billion times bigger than the sun. Think of it. I can't even wrap my mind around it, trying to imagine the difference of the size. It would be like a grain of sand in the middle of an empty swimming pool. The size of the swimming pool would be that object, and Earth would be that object. Not even, it's worse than that. It is worse than that. That's the object that you want to come towards Earth, because it's going to pick up Earth, the whole Milky Way, and everything else that's along the way, for sure. I hate the way this is jumping up and down here. Having a hard time. Have you guys ever seen anyone get as triggered as that little cork, ace of spades. I've never seen anyone get so triggered. It's not for nothing these guys get hacked, trying to destroy people's lives online. They're trying to show the truth. The truth seekers. Truth seekers online are usually protected. So he got taken down once. He lost his computer once, actually, and didn't even have to lift a finger. But, computers get really expensive. I prefer conserve my computer and get along with people, but not everybody. Please leave your thumbs for the host. I so appreciate that, darling. I'm jammed up here looking for words. Back better? Are you back on cheese? No, Grip Ripper. The diet persists. I've not had any cheese. Curds are still in the fridge. I have not touched the orange slices. I've not touched the cheese whiz. No processed cheese. No brick cheese. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I did lose probably about 10 pounds so far, which on me, 10 pounds isn't going to show very much. Big guy. When I lose 20, probably start showing a bit more. I'm going to maintain the walking and change up the way I eat a lot will help. I'm not sure, but I'm doing a test to see if I'm allergic to dairy products. So yesterday, it's been a while, so I decided there's a little bottom of curds left. I'm not going to throw them away. So, well, I had the curds. So I don't know if, that's the reason why that I have the eye problem or not, but it's still good and healthy to do that. I'm doing some fasting. I've alcohol fasted this month, which even though I'm not a big drinker, not very often I go a whole month without having just, you know, even a little glass of wine or a beer. It feels good also to cleanse yourself for that too. So fasting on that, fasting on I don't eat, things like salts and stuff like that, and I'm very careful I don't eat any of that. But it doesn't matter. I've always been heavy, definitely, no matter what, even when I'm careful with what I eat. But I lost 100 pounds, but it was a long time ago. It was 19 or 20, 21, something like that. And I went down to 180 pounds was the lowest, which I'm not going to hide it. The 180, I lasted 2 days. Next day, I was back up to 191, I think. It wasn't long. It didn't stay long to the 180. People said I looked bony. Best compliment in my life. Imagine a fat guy getting a compliment. Geez, are you ever skinny? Oh my gosh. That was the best compliment anyone could have ever given me. It didn't last too long, though. I was in traction for 3 weeks before my back surgery, says Teresa. Be kind. It didn't fix the disc fragments in my sciatic nerve. Too bad for that. It's excruciating. Back problems are excruciating. And that's the worst one I ever got. That's the strongest I ever got, a pain like that. Space Force, anyone? Canadian Space Division? Oh, this is getting to be funny. So the Space Division, which was already formulated, um, and actually the Ufology Association, Governmental Ufology Association in Quebec that reached me is actually associated with, I think it's a Canadian space agency, but do we have a space agency? We do now, and apparently we did. It's the Space Division, and we're talking about 170 strong people. That's it. 170 in the Canadian division, right? Which is led by the Royal Air Force, and Royal Mounted Police. I imagine the commander or something like that. A new space division they're going to have. There's South Korea that's talking and bragging about getting into space. So why the rush now for all these countries to go into space? Because something's going on. A new world order, right? It's a one world order. Everything has to be done the way everyone does it. China does something, there's repercussions and there's a domino effect, and it happens here. Something happens here, then it happens in China. They're all together running the shit show without us actually knowing. Thank you so much, Beth. No, yes. I came on early, you guys, if ever you're wondering why I'm here, because I will be getting off at 2 because I have some errands to do, but we'll still get a chance to talk, and I'll be on regular time at 8 for tonight's stream. Hi, Bruce. I caught very odd smoke snake in the sky. Wow, was that yesterday? Looked like a comet, but nothing burning in the front. Any ideas? Was that yesterday you saw that? Listen, I don't know if it's ever happened. Thank you, Beth, so much. Has it ever happened before, Beth, that I've seen something like that? I've seen it at night and with the infrared camera, where in the middle of the sky there was a very short, thick, stocky cloud that looked like an elongated cigar, sort of, and that was just getting longer and dissipating as I had noticed it in the evening. Sometimes asteroids or meteors can come in, but I mean that is very rare, and obviously, most often there's sound or a popping sound that you'll hear when that happens. But honestly, Beth, when I look at the sky, Christy Lindsay's another person that's like that. Darla too. I think many of us are like that here. When we look up at the skies, we see clouds that sometimes they look like ships, and they got people's terms that they use, cloud ships. I would believe that could be possibly real. I don't assume every cloud is a ship, even if it's shaped like a ship. Because don't forget, a cloud ship would not be shaped like a ship. It would be shaped like a cloud that is not very interesting, that people probably wouldn't take very much notice to. So I believe that extraterrestrial life is already here on Earth. I believe that they're roaming around the sky. We'll never know probably whether it's China and Russia or if it's the United States that are using weapons or free energy, whatever they're doing. It's not looking good. I don't think that aliens are coming to attack Earth. They don't have to land. For an alien to attack Earth, they definitely don't have to come and land here. But the shit that's going on down here that people don't know about, even us, the ones that are awake here, most of us that know a lot of the crap that's going on, from trafficking humans to a whole lot of different scenarios. Title 42 now, the border taken down in the States is going to allow about 250,000 Mexicans to come into the United States. Listen, last month in March, approximately 200,000 immigrants came in from Mexico, and you could be sure as hell they're not all Mexicans. So people are going into Mexico from Iraq, Syria, Kabul, all these areas, and then they go along through Mexico, and then they get into the States. Free cell phones and the free NATO bank card. How cool is that? Right? You will own nothing and you will be happy. What did they mean by that? A lot of people were very concerned. Thanks again, Beth, about what they meant by that when Klaus Schwab said, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." Well, they rent dresses now. They hear me out. They rent dresses now for people that go to these big weddings or parties, expensive designer dresses that are worth up into the 50,000s, 100,000s of dollars. They can be rented now. And Klaus Schwab and people like that idiot were explaining, well, you don't have to own anything. It's not that we won't be allowed to live in a house, it's that you won't own your house. As of now, everything will be rented. Cars, I can imagine the scenario coming. Any car that people are going to have, it'll be cars that are rented. And it's the government that will have that power of doing so. And they'll also have the power of turning cars off, most likely. So are we going to get to the fact that we have to get to electric cars? I don't know if we're going to get there. I think we're going to have to at one point. I don't see there being cars for another 3 years, honestly. I really do not see there being cars for another 3 years. Out to lunch. Thank you very much. Tina from Florida, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. Question: Neptune found by NASA scientists to have an aura the same as the northern lights. Now, isn't that interesting? Why would there be aurora? It's starting to scare me. Venus, Tony. Just learning this, and I'm hearing. Actually, I'm not going to hide it. Alex Jones was talking about an article he saw in Astronomer today, or something like that, an astronomy magazine or website, and they were talking about Venus's soup-like surface, whether it be real or not. It is a core, a hard sphere. Apparently, the sun is absorbing most of the energy that's leaving the sun. If Venus was to change places, you know, what would that mean? It also turns in a different way, and there's a lot of mysteries around Venus. Like, you look at articles talking about Venus, they say that it actually rains, I think, hot sulfur or sulfuric acid that's raining down on Venus. Well, aurora borealises. That's another interesting thing. Is that doesn't an aurora borealis have to do with um, oxygen in the atmosphere? That's a little interesting. I wonder if there's any oxygen on Neptune. You'd be sure there's oxygen on all the planets if there's even a little bit of oxygen in the sun, even though they say it's hydrogen and helium and all that bullshit, which ionized plasma. And the only reason why the sun is spherical is because it's in space, and fire in space remains spherical, even though they say it's not combusting like fires on Earth, but more a nuclear fusion. They tell you that. What does it change? I still remain skeptical and open minded. Science is a theory. Science is a theory. They're still talking about gravity. Gravity is still a theory, so imagine. Craig says, love the lyrics. You reach for the secret to soon you cried for the moon. Biggest secret, they want to hide life on the moon. Yes. Thank you very much, Craig. Yes, that's exactly what they want to do, man. I believe the biggest secret is exactly on the moon with what's going on. Humans might be even involved with what's going on. And I think there's a lot to take into consideration. Whether, I'm just adding this in here to make things worse. How many people have they kidnapped here from Earth and brought to the moon to experiment on? I can't help but wonder if there are bloody labs on the moon and that they're not experimenting on people, trying to make a better race, a powerful race. And from there, these programmed humans, Robocops, are being sent out to other planets, maybe even possibly other galaxies. Who knows? Yes, you've been knighted, sir. Absolutely knighted. Have to do a real sermontation. Bradley, how's it going, man? What's up? Nice seeing you live again. I appreciate that. I'm a bit early today, you guys, because I have some errands to do at 2. I'll get off to go do that, and I'll be back on at 8 o'clock. I appreciate it, man. Nice day here in central Illinois. Tad windy, though, but rain has moved on to the east. That's a good thing. The rain here has also ceased, has stopped. It was raining this morning. We had a lot of rain this morning. Hey, Darla, was this new video about music? Because if it is, I want to go check it out. Bern, also a musician, and he played some nice guitar. Bruce, last video that flashed, was it triangular? In the last video, the flash, no. Seems to me, I didn't see anything triangular. It was just like a sphere, a regular light in the sky, roundish, if that's the one you mean. Couple videos before I got a triangular shape. Only once or twice maximum I saw that there was a triangular or square shaped like a cube, but it was offset like the one of the corners of the cube on the bottom, that's what I saw. Mix ma'am. Hey Bruce, our moon man, early here today. Thank you. I was earlier than you guys. I was here at 12:30 because I have some errands to do in Montreal, some appointments. So you keep catching us out here in the UK. The sun is very, very active. Just had another high M class. Oh, another high M class. And they just let go an X 2.2, an X 1.4 before that. There's a strong M9 point something solar flare. And this is most likely from the 2993. The 2994 was active. And now the 2990 Is it 2993 or 2992? I believe it is the 93 that is active right now. I didn't see it, but it is facing Earth. I went to see it on the Weather Channel, and I believe that they're going to merge. It looks like they are going to merge. We're going to know in 2 days. In the next 2 days, the sunspot will either be not there anymore or will have really ramped up. But here, 2 days time, we'll know really quickly, based on what I usually see when I go up. Question: the U.S. admits to crashed UFOs as a failed test by U.S. itself. That's interesting. U.S. admits to crashed UFO as a failed test by the U.S. itself. And I believe it. And you could be sure if they see, like the video that I posted of that landed craft or structure on Mars with the line behind it, they can very well turn around and said, yes, that was our first and only dark secret project where we tried to fly a craft. We got to Mars and we crashed. We were saved. Yeah, right. They can say anything they want. So do I, Teresa. Be kind. She wants to go to Iceland for vacation, but you have to be jabbed. Exactly. I don't know if it's you that mentioned that last stream, but it's also something I want to do. I really, honestly do want to go there, and I want to go to Iceland to experience the calving. Calving is when an iceberg completely flips around and turns around. You see all the different, colors for the penguins, obviously, and all the, um, wildlife that's there, the air to experience the difference, and to film the sky at night. It would be a dream to go to Iceland. I have a family member actually. Wow, I'd have to ask my mother about that. I have a family member that's either there living there or went on a trip or worked there, or either way. Um, a whole bunch of rocks piled up there. They're prayer stones, and people do that for the deceased of relatives and stuff. And those stones are never touched. And I've always been very impressed by the respect of the Icelandic people because they do not touch those rocks, and they're like tombstones in reality. And apparently, there's some all over the place. You'll be jailed if you touch any of the stones. You'll definitely be jailed. There's lots that we don't know about Iceland. And anyways, it's called Iceland. Not much ice there anymore. More like Greenland. David White, how's it going, brother? Have you on speaker in the garden? 1.5 tons of topsoil to shift. I'll talk loud enough, David, so you can hear me outside in the garden, so your neighbors know that you're listening to the radio and that the radio is talking to David. David in the garden. He's probably running in right now to turn the volume down. Came, just disappeared. Oh, well. Let me go back up here. Why is everyone disappearing? Rex is in the house. No, sorry, Bex is in the house. Where Who and IMF plans are lying open at their websites. Take a look if you don't believe it. Where Who UN IMF plans are lying. Oh, I know it. I've been saying it for ages, years now. I think we've been saying it, Bex, right? For years now. All this shit's up there. Of course it's there. And people can go and see. You can go see, the WERF. Thanks for saying WERF. The WEF, World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum. That's what you got to look at. Those are the ones that are all a part of Build Back Better. What we heard Canada say it, we heard the UK say it, we heard Merkel say it in Germany, we heard France say it, Macron, and it's Build Back Better. They were talking about that. Obama was talking about it. Congress, Biden was talking about it. Nancy Pelosi was talking about it. The Senate was talking about it. It's so silly. Lisa Eckerly, thank you so much for being here. Upside down Ukraine. Yes, it is, my friend. I'm wishing you the best. Like mobile phones, mind rubbish, then good. Now there's phones better than gaming PCs off 2010. Upside down Ukraine. You're absolutely right about that. That's true. I heard my new hybrid BMW from Germany just in time. It will be my last car, God willing. Hey, congratulations! My gosh, in the crap that everyone's living, enjoy yourself if you can. That you said a lot there. You said a mouthful. It's probably your last car. It's what I said last week with some of my family members talking. I said, I don't see myself probably getting another car. Probably won't have access to getting other cars. I really see a lot of people, like a lot of people buying. I so want to say golf carts, but I was going to say, electric cars, and not necessarily big, expensive electric cars. They say buy an electric car to save on gas. Well, the friggin' electric car is more expensive than a regular car. They screw you over either way. Peter, I thank you so much, my brother. Man, thanks for the support, you guys. Yes, upside down Ukraine. Andrew Lepensi in the house. Thanks, brother. I'm Kai is here. My gosh, sorry I missed you guys. I'm going back up now. Montgomery County, Tennessee in the house. I'm Kai. Love you, brother. Thanks, man. Alex Gomez is here. I don't know. I was vaguely also looking through that to the 0 point energy, if it's a real possibility. Are we there now? Is that where we're at? Where the God gene and everything's been found out? They know what energy is equal to now, and they know how to produce deadly pathogens. For what reason? World Debt Reset Program, i.e., top-down slavery. That's right. Will slavery ever be abolished? Canadians going to space, going to be working like the Space Force. They call themselves a division. Let me see something. I got a problem with division. I want to see something just for the fun of it. Okay. The Canadian Space Division, right? Let's go see the meaning for division. How many people are in a division? Canada says 170. A division is a large military unit or formation, usually consisting of between 6,000 and 25,000 soldiers. In most armies, a division is composed of several regiments and brigades. In turn, several divisions typically make up a corps. Right. So they say there are 170 of them. Maybe they are 170 divisions. Who knows? Do you guys have any idea how many soldiers and astronauts are in the Space Force? I think it's something like 16 or 17,000. Never heard of anyone in the Space Force. I've never seen a face of anyone in the Space Force. Maybe a handful of people, 10 people. I don't even know if it's real or not. Most likely it is. Scratch. Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate that, man. Minnesota in the house. Thank you so much, Beth. Lisa, thanks again. How come you guys? All right. I thought you guys were moderators. But, anyways, there you go. That's incredible when you think of it. Really incredible. Beth says, hey, has anyone seen the Aura goggles? No, I have not. You can put them on and see a different light spectrum. You can see auras, I guess. Oh, very interesting. I'll have to look into that, Beth. Julie, the stats. How's it going? Hello, Bruce and friends. Peter Benson inspires us. Of course he does. Peter's been on a bunch of channels. I see him on Barb White's channel. I see him here and there. Some good people, man. I love you, Peter. You guys are good people. Julie, same to you. Hope Floyd is doing well. Thumbs up for a commercial. Darla, love Kazoo. Thank you very much. Yes, Kazoo is very naked. Very naked these days. Will I get a chance to meet one? I think I already have. And I think that that's the beautiful thing is that they don't present themselves like when you're abducted, they don't wake you up and go like, I'm taking you into my spaceship. I'm pretty sure they bring you up there groggy and then send you back down. Probably about the same mentality as a perv that's trying to rape a woman and gives her fentanyl and then does his thing and then leaves her there for dead, except they bring you back in your home. I bet you they even washed your feet, but once they didn't because my feet were full of blood at one point. Ever wake up in bed with your feet full of blood and cut? Happened to me 3 or 4 years ago here. Never understood why. My feet were cut like I'd walked on glass, and I was in bed. Two big blood stains at the end of the bed. It's like, what the hell? Maybe the aliens came with one of their invisible cats and shit. And Dave's not here, man. Hello, Bruce and community. We are not alone and being sing. Oh, yes, we're definitely not alone. But the big changes are coming, guys. Do you know that you might be a witness to the coming of the second coming of Christ? What's going on right now is going to change the world. I believe if they're talking about the reset, it must have to do with the shift and what's going on with the planets. Somebody has the information and knows exactly what's going to go on for sure. It's piezoelectric. Thanks, Bex. I'm going to get that damn cough drop that's stuck on my bloody cheek. How professional. I think it's the 11-year cycle. Yeah, it was that when the north and south pole of the sun direction, that is when the solar flares are being more bombarding our magnetic severe, and it will be worse until 2025. Yes. Leading up to 2025, the sun's going to be worse. It's going to ramp up. Very, very dangerous. People don't understand how dangerous is what the sun is doing right now. Sunspot 2994, 2993. If they merge, the spot will be 90% as big as the Carrington event. I hope you guys know that. And the CMEs and solar flares and even C and M class flares, solar flares that were let off on the eastern limb of the sun, which means it wasn't facing Earth, just missed us by I don't know how many degrees. But now it's facing us. And what's facing us right now is what let go of CME, several CMEs that would have destroyed the grid, they said. Did you know that? What it shot out on the other side of the sun, if it would have shot that out on this side of the sun, it would have been, we don't know. We would have seen definitely a lot of auroras. During the Carrington event in 1859, that's what happened. Northern lights, southern lights were seen for several days. So everywhere around the world, everyone at night could see the aurora borealis. So the purple, green lights. I've seen them here in the 90s. Had one complete summer of seeing it for a couple of days. Experience really seeing what they looked like, and it was really intense. But of course, you have no idea what you're looking at. And today, when I think of that, I looked back at the date that I was seeing that, and I said, holy crap, the sun was active and it was exploding at that moment many years ago. The CME that was let off in the past couple of days was the biggest ever, and compared to all of cycle 25, going back to the whole cycle 24, 11 years. Think of that. What we just saw is the biggest explosion on the sun as compared to the whole cycle 25 and 24. So what's that going to do? It's going to cause a lot of rain for people, a lot of winds. This is going to be a lot of days where we're going to go a week or two where it's just gray sky. The magnetosphere is what's being affected. So the chemistry of the atmosphere of Earth, the magnetosphere, is being totally affected. And the scary part is that in the shift, the magnetosphere is going to fail. It's going to fall. and it's going to shift. So it's going to fall down, then the shift will occur, and then the magnetosphere will reform itself. If it does, probably nobody will even know. But that's scary stuff. But still, most people, they write to me, Albert, fallen angels in the moon, brother. Thanks a lot for sharing that theory. A lot of people share that theory. I wouldn't rule it out myself. Andrew said it. Gravity's gravity. That's how it is. Yeah, I thought we used to be. I thought we could make. I guess we can't. I thought we could make polls here. Huh. I guess not. But I never once said that I don't believe they're attempting it. I just have more faith in humanity. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you on that one. And accept the majority to not let it happen. I'm with you on that, Scratch. 100,000%. I don't believe that we're going to let things go through. I know we're risking losing everything like our system, our houses, and the medical system, whatnot, but that doesn't matter. We just want to be alive. The system, it's only scary thinking of the system. In the past, the system that was arriving is what was scary, but now people are scared, afraid of the system disappearing. Why? How are the Mennonites living? Just one very humble religious group of people that live off grid. They live without electricity. You know, I don't even know if they don't have running water in houses and stuff. They're all smiling. They're all happy. They don't have these places to go every day, like appointments and this and that. I know people that are aggressive just because they have, I mean, me, anyone. You have a whole bunch of errands and things that you got to do, and you're pissed off. You got to go here to get that. Got to go get food there. Oh, damn it. Got to go get that over there. Oh, shit. The car's out of gas. Got to go stick some gas in the car. They don't have that problems. Those are the only people that are going to be spoken to a lot when the electricity goes down. People will be flooding to the Mennonites to explain, to get explained on how to live without electricity. I see a few awake Mennonites that are online explaining to people how to live off grid because they're not stupid and they know that what's coming, everyone's going to have to live like that, most likely at one point. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I have off many UFO pics, but I have my best one ever. A white circle with a black quart inside, another circle with another square. Weird. Very interesting. Very interesting. My dog has acted funny in the woods lately. Hey, well, I was just talking about that, John Black, with how come I don't see the timestamps? Everyone's writing times. Nope, I guess I can't see them. Yeah, I was talking with a family member about that. The animals acting oddly and acting weird. I'll tell you what, the dogs this week in the neighborhood were crazy. Hiccups again. That's what you do when you fast, guys. The less you eat them, you're always having hiccups. It's like you're always digesting air. I noticed the animals. Me, it's the birds, man. People laugh. It's always going to be people are going to laugh because some people really just don't notice it. The birds are acting differently. The birds at one point were not present here for several days. Guys, you know what I'm freaked out about? Here we get anywhere from 7 to 11 trains a day. Like most people from everywhere and anywhere in the world, we live near tracks, like I do myself. And there's not been one train here in 2.5 days. It arrived yesterday for the first time. Actually, this morning, that's right, 2:38 or 2:35 a.m. the train goes by. Here, because there's no border crossings for the trains, they scream the whole way through. Wakes me up. It's been 10, 11 years I've been here. They've woken me up all the time. But that's very worrying to me. The trains have stopped. I'm just along the border here. I'm but kilometers from the border. It's a long bike drive to the border here. Okay. Not very far away. And what's going on is that there's usually always a lot of traveling between from the trains from the US coming into Canada. all the time. There's as many coming in as there are coming out. Even here in this town here where I am, the American trains, which is, I don't remember who it is, via transport. I don't remember who it is, but they're American. Your American CN, like the CN here, Canadian Rail, whatever. The trains, they come into Canada, drop off stock, go back with wagons, and go back. That's repetitive all the time. And I have the big logging trucks that are always here, but I have not seen them ever again this year. The logging trucks finish, never seen them again. And don't forget, I see 18 to 30 a day. I'm on the main route from them coming in from the States, the trees, they're cutting trees. So we're hearing about the wheat being held back. They're not sending fertilizer. Nobody knows about this. Not many people know about it unless you're looking in the right truth seeking channels, the right areas. And yeah, a lot of problems with Project Veritas and whatnot, but they're telling ahead of time what's going on. The fertilizer is being held back from the farmers during the time where they're going to have to fertilize their crops and fields. A lot of people are not going to have the fertilizer, so that's repetitive. They call it a slow kill, right? And that's exactly what it is. It's a slow kill. A lot of people are saying, Bruce, they're just testing us to see how bloody far we're going to let them take us. And I believe that we do have to stand up at one point. There are certain limits, there's certain things we have to stand up for, as people are doing. Their minions are on the moon, people. That could very well be, Beth. The elites can literally very well be on the moon. Think of it. It's not that far anymore, right? When you think of all the access we have and everything that we can do, the whole time that they're going towards Earth, when they're coming back, if they really are, it's always visible. Earth is always visible. It's not like they're leaving Mars or anything, which apparently they say it's not easy to get to Mars. You have to wait till Mars is at our level. And apparently to go to Mars, this is a fact. They say they can only go there every 12, 11 to 13 years, I think, or every 7 to 10 years is a certain amount of years they have to wait for when Earth and Mars are at the same level. So instead of having to do with crossing through the belts or something, instead of having to do a long distance, they're able to go straight across or something like that. So lots that we don't know about, eh? What are your thoughts on star seeds? Like the rumor of alien hybrids, yes, being spliced into human DNA to reproduce hybrid humans. I absolutely believe that 100,000%, Andrew, 100,000%. And you know what else I believe? I believe that these hybrid aliens can look just like us. And it could be what is here on Earth, a mixture of different eras or generations of experimental tests on humans and doing exactly what you said there by manipulating and reproducing hybrid humans. Maybe we are hybrid humans. We have no idea about that, right? We're all like, we're the human race. No. What if we're aliens and the humans, don't look like us at all? Who knows? Maybe we are the aliens. Or like a lot of people tell me, well, to the aliens, we are the aliens. That's for sure. Thanks for being here tonight, Kai. I appreciate that. I hope to see you guys here tonight for sure. Bruce, do you have an answer about the 11-year cycle when the North and the South Pole of the sun are shifting? That is when the corona in the sun becomes bigger. So what's the question? Bruce, do you have an answer about the 11-year cycle when the North and the South Pole of the sun are shifting? That is when the corona in the sun becomes bigger. Yeah, okay. And I just don't know what the exact question is, though. When the North and the South Pole of the sun or shifting, that is, when the corona in the sun becomes bigger. No, I'm not familiar with that. I didn't know the term or the expression about the corona becoming bigger. You could be sure as hell the corona is going to become bigger. The corona is the sun's atmosphere, right? Around the sun, you have the atmosphere. You have several atmospheres around the sun that are going in different directions as they're going around the sun also. The further away you get from the surface and not the core, Surface is the photosphere in science. When they say on the surface of the sun, the photosphere is where you see the sunspots, where the sunspots are sitting and you see the coronal holes having opened up. But didn't know about that, whether the corona gets becomes bigger. Not only becomes bigger, can you imagine what the hell is going on with the sun for it to be exploding these massive explosions, planet-sized fireballs shooting out of the sun? Absolutely incredible. I studied a lot about the corona. I studied a lot about stuff, but I'm not. See, that's something I didn't hear about the sun, corona, and the sun becomes uh, bigger. And when you say the corona in the sun, you mean around the sun, or you mean the sun itself will become bigger? Because the sun does look bigger. A lot of people, Beth and a couple of people have been telling me the sun is more white now today than it is yellow. Next, you follow Dan Winters. He also has a great channel. He's an electrical engineer. Engineer. Thank you for sharing that. Dan Winters. Did not hear of him. Crosshatch. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. They penetrated every government in the world. Yes, with the Young Global Leaders Program. Of course, Bex, you said it. And like Klaus Schwab said, we have penetrated the Canadian cabinet almost entirely. Thanks to that younger generation of an asshole, Justin Trudeau. He is beyond being hated. I used to hate the guy. Now I despise him with what he's doing to Canada. Disgusting. Stealing people's money in the bank accounts. Did you see the video of Justin idiot Trudeau? I can't stand the son of a bitch. I'm sorry. He was talking about his jab. Um, he was like that, talking about it. He was talking about it like that. They're doped up people. They're fucked up people. He was euphoric, and he said that taking the V was a high, a euphoric high for him. And he was talking with his eyes big, never blinking. His hands were shaking as he was talking. The world is run by a cult, a very evil satanic cult, made to be hidden, right? So they add a lot of flowers and crosses and some nice things on all their associations and logos, which are big associations, very big associations. I used to make every live friggin' seizures. Yeah, Kai, I hope you're okay, brother. Hey, man, you've always been here, bro. Take the time for you too there, that's for sure. I don't know, man. I I'm not a doctor, but you got to wonder if it's not the sun making people amplify their things. I've had eye problems before, but why are they so bad now? Could be coincidence, could be theory, could be just blah blah, but you got to wonder why a lot of people are sick at the same time. I don't know if it's just my imagination. I don't think it is. Carlson Tucker on Fox News was talking the other day about um what was he talking about? He was talking about the stats, the those stats of people that you know die. And he said, well, first of all, from all age groups, everything's ramped up. Sickness, heart attacks, tumors, cancers, everything ramped up. Everything ramped up. Still don't think that the sun is solely to blame. And it's something I can't say here, but I've been thinking for a while. Imagine after, okay, those that are awake, you give someone something and you put it inside their body. And then after that, a couple of years down the road, you could bring something else out that's going to hurt those people because of certain pathogens that are deadly that came from. Can't even talk about it. We really can't talk about any of this. It's that serious, right? It makes me sick of us not being able to talk about the things though, and we best not because I keep getting my ads taken down. This is strange. I'm going to upload them to my other channel. Thanks for being here, Upside Down Ukraine. It won't be upside down for long, my friend. This is what my first message was supposed to say. Dave's not here, man says, hello, Bruce and community. We are not alone, and we're being silenced. You see, I bet you even some of you are getting some of your messages taken down. They don't want us to talk. Julie, the stats, thank you so much for being here. Hit thumbs up and subscribe. I love you guys. Slow-mo 49's in the house. What's up with the comments? Australia loves the... Are you having problems with some of the comments or comments being taken down, my friends? Let me know. I don't see a time mark here. Really silly. Let me scroll downwards. I'm going to miss a whole bunch of comments, but I went through electrical school, and I think they should be teaching, and he disappeared. It's ticking me off, guys. We could have a possible troll here, causing a little bit of problems. Alex Jones was right. You said, man, when I hear somebody say that, I don't care what people think of Alex Jones. People go, oh, he's too loud. Oh, I didn't appreciate him saying frogs were gay or this or that. I don't like him selling things. You got a whole bunch of people saying a whole bunch of stuff. I love Alex Jones. I love his channel. I encourage everyone to go and see the website. You go there on the website. There are also everything that you buy in the pharmaceuticals, from the K's, the Y's, and all the vitamin E's and everything you need. Vitamin C. He has all of that. His father was in the pharmaceutical business, if I'm not mistaken. But Alex Jones was right, and he talks about a lot of things. And Alex Jones told us a lot of things between 10 and 20 years ago. And everything's right about what he said. It's not a prediction. He's not Nostradamus. He was able to get in contact with a lot of people that are giving him some information, obviously, but he uses a lot of common sense. The same way he had predicted the invasion in Ukraine in February. It makes sense. Back in the days, they had problems, the Russians, in the cold weather with their tanks freezing up and shit. And look at them when they went in Ukraine, even in February, they had frostbite. 3 days, that's all it takes, guys. 1 day, actually, to have the frostbite. Yes, crazy psychopath, as Beck says. Our Klaus Schwab is. But again, somebody was positive here before and said, I don't believe it's going to go through. And I agree with you. I sure as hell hope it doesn't go through. Is a defo headache? Yes. Trudeau, yes. And cult is very near to another 4-letter description. Yes. And another thing, they're not going to last too long. Trudeau's a shitty con man, confidence man. Yep. That is, by the way, look up the video of him saying that he's this numerical. I was blown away. I'm the dumbest guy in mathematics, okay? In 3 countries, Canada, the States, and the UK, I'm number 1, dumber. Okay? Sure, I can count oranges. I can put plates on a table when 5 people are sitting there. No, but seriously, why am I talking about that even? Because now I'm going to look dumb if I don't remember why the hell I was talking about me being dumb. Yeah, this numerical. Trudeau says he's this numerical. He goes, he can't do any calculations of math whatsoever, especially not in his head. So he gets up on the stage. This is real, what I'm telling you. And he says, 14 plus 13, 10, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27. He says, it takes me a long time to be able to, add up to, what the frig? No, so he's dumber than me, basically, in math, if he's saying that. This numerical. Death cult rules, and we need a mutiny. Teresa, be kind. Don't you worry about it. Hey, you see, California's getting even friggin' worse, eh? Unreal. The woke state. That's what they're calling it now. It's too bad because a lot of people in California that are not woke, that are smart and awake, but making the others look bad. Right, Teresa? Wasn't he a theater teacher, Trudeau? Well, I don't know if he was a theater teacher, but I'm not going to say no, Amy, because I know that he was in theater. He took acting courses. He also did a nude scene in a movie where he was Hitler. Yep. He did a nude scene where his Hitler comes out on stage at one point too, starts taking off his clothes like this and starts dancing around and stuff. That is the supposed prime minister of Canada. Absolutely disgusting what he's doing. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But what do you want a guy to do? Tim, I really appreciate that. Tim O'Callaghan, thank you so, so much for the generous contributions. Hey, thanks. Thanks for years of insights. Protect yourself at all times. Tim, I love you, bro. And thanks so much for being here, man, all that time. Really makes it warms my heart to hear that you guys have been here for a while. And yes, Alex Jones was right, John Black. Whether you like him or not, everyone should watch the news there. The titles and stuff that he brings up is Tim, thanks again so much, brother. Stephen J. Ford, 30 years, this will flow. I hope not, but I tend to think that it's going to be around for a long time. But I'll tell you what, in 2026, it's all over. If we win, we'll be okay in 2026. But nobody knows exactly what the hell's going to go on with the sun. It's very, very dangerous. Quick refill of coffee, my friends. Anyone want one? And I'll be right back. Getting old. Get along, little doggy. I can't even get a short one. So I'm really happy that I came on. Even though I had that appointment at 3 or around 2:30, I said, oh, a little early. And tonight we'll be on at the same usual time. Fingers crossed. Today I'll get a chance to get the sun. You know what I'm doing? I have to go to Montreal, so I'm going to bring the camera and I'm going to put it in the car. And when I get over there in the appointment, after I get out of the appointment, they're going to think I'm really weird because I'm going to be on the front lawn filming the sun. I did that once, boy. People thought I was really weird. Town next door to here, beside Valleyfield, and I went on the side of the highway watching the sun come up, and I was filming it in the sky. Every single car stopped and asked me what I was doing there. Would you stop and ask a guy what he's doing in the field if you see him with a camera pointing up in the sky? Would you actually go and ask him what he's doing there? He's not playing soccer. That's for sure. The Alex Jones was right jar is currently out of order. Right. Jones was right. Jar is currently out of order. Okay. Yeah. Well, they're talking about him with the Sandy Hooks thing. I think he went bankrupt. I think our Alex Jones may have gone bankrupt. What Alex is going to have to do, unfortunately, but he'll still be in the show. He should get rid of all his employees. It's a sad thing. He should get rid of all his employees, and he should continue broadcasting himself from home, from his computer, beside his family, and he should do that way, and people will support him the way he's doing it. Because now I guess he's hiring a lot of people and stuff, and now I guess the court costs are a bit much for him. Sick cult, hated all these clowns for the last 21 years. Same here, Scratch. Known these plans for years. Yes, exactly. A lot of people did know the plans for a long time. Just never thought they'd ever be dumb enough to attempt it. Agree with you. Same thing here. Yet here we are. Yeah, you said it exactly. You said it exactly. I never thought they would have gone through it. And of course, they're doing it now before 2030 because they have to do it because of the sun and the shit that's going on and stuff. Yes, he does, Roger. Roger Arsenault. He does have shares in it. Absolutely. He's making lots of money in it, invested in it also. They're criminals, they're murderers. Om, says Stephen. Money peme om. Lisa Eckerly, you can go online and look up doctors. You put in your symptoms, and your meds will be called into the pharmacy of your choice. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Do you understand? We're living in an what somebody is trying to make become an automated system where humans will be able to be controlled, taken care of, and even operated in the future by these robots. Everything is going to be taking over the human race. Humans won't have to think anymore. And I get so pissed off when I kept telling my teacher, and I was right, and I told her, I remember being sarcastic on one point, telling my teacher, I may be not good in math, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be using a calculator when I get out of this shithole. I didn't say shithole, but I thought of it. Tim, thanks again, man. Thanks for the contributions, you guys. If you're here on the channel watching the videos, you are definitely doing an amazing contribution. I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have had a chance to even have the members if you people wouldn't have started coming here to watch the videos. The channel is definitely being suppressed, held back, very, very low views. It's upsetting sometimes, but I don't know. I expected it. I expected that to happen. And that's why the little bit of the trolls that come by here to troll, they're just, they're jealous individuals. It doesn't change anything about the production of the videos and everything. I'm always going to be able to maintain that. Aldora de Rhoda, Solarhead, how are you? The cult are not hiding it anymore. Exactly. It's becoming more obvious each day. We are being ruled by satanic psychopaths. It's exactly that. And they presented you things upside down. Upside down. Got a nice gift from my grandfather. Then he passed away, and I always kept it. Beautiful, nice cross. Wanted to show you guys. Beautiful, nice cross. Obviously, Italy, I guess. Probably. I'm not a guy that has. Yeah, it's out of bronze. It's a bronze cross. Nice, big, nice one. I put it on the wall. It's my grandfather's. Do you guys do that? Do you guys have objects that make you think of some of the relatives that passed away? I got something there. My son gave me some presents. I have some things on the wall. CE5 Circle YouTube channel. You can check him out. CE5 Simon. He drew that of Skinny Bob and sent it out to me and some other channels he appreciated. I have stuff here all the time that represents some of the people that passed on, my dad, relatives, and stuff like that. And those objects gain energy. And when there's a spiritual encounter or when things happen in my house that are very, very, very traumatic. I don't know if you guys know it there, if you've ever really had a spiritual encounter, like a real one where, like not normal, Twilight Zone, there's someone in the house standing up talking to me and he's not there. It's really, really scary. But the energy is conserved in some of those things. And whether it be just a belief or not, I believe it protects someone. Just boot it off, Darla. That pisses me off. Surprising you were booted off. And for those just arriving, I am going to have to get off at 2:00, unfortunately, but I'll make it up for you guys tonight. You can do a longer stream if you want. I have an errand to do this afternoon. Kevin McLaren, how's it going, brother? Bruce Sheeta, man, keep it up, buddy. Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Mark, how's it going? Binary, it's all ones and zeros. Yes, binary. Exactly, all ones and zeros. That's the language of the computer language. That's how the quantum computer and the difference between the ones and the zeros. Quantum computers. Boy, I'd love to have one of those. I think that's what's running the world right now. Biden rewrote American lynching federal law. He's a bugger. I wonder if people so angry to do a lynching are worried about laws. Yeah, makes sense. I hear you on that, man. So stupid. Is it Title 42? I'm Canadian. I may be wrong. That he wants to take down from the border. You got 200,000, 225,000 Mexicans or people, not all Mexicans. Guaranteed, they're not all Mexicans. It's people, rapists, a lot of people from other countries mixed in with some real Mexican people. It's sad though, eh? Imagine a real Mexican people that are crossing over, good people that really do want to contribute to the U.S., which they have. A lot of amazing Mexicans in the U.S. We're not going to hide it. Whether you're racist or not, I know there are. But bringing that in that way, the people that way, it's going to destroy the way people see immigrants, the way people see other races. Some people are already racist as they can be. That's not going to help. It's going to make more people be more racist. Got some people. I used to work with a guy right here in town, guys, that says he goes to Montreal, the restaurants, but not so much anymore because he says, unfortunately, he says it's very sad to see that the restaurants have English people in them. Okay. I work with that idiot. Okay. Elderly person. Of course, they have a different mentality, I guess, around here. And he can't stand English people. And he asked me, he says, Bruce, he says, you know, you're English. Why would you come here to Quebec, in a province that is French, in a country that is French? That's how the people speak in Montreal. You know that, right? Le Canada, c'est français. Canada's French. Nothing's English. They don't talk about northern British Columbia. They don't talk about Alberta or Saskatchewan or Manitoba. No, they don't talk about it at all. Saskatchewan, all these places. No, we're all French. French and English here fought for the longest time when they passed the Bill 101, which was forcing English people to show the French sign first on their businesses. I'm okay with that. People get mad at silly things for nothing, but it's the government that makes people fight because English and French were fine. We're getting along fine. Well, it's always going to be. I was never able to say, and I never will, I'll never think that there's a certain culture that's more racist than others because in reality, in each culture, the whites, blacks, yellows, purple, or no matter what color, green, there's always a very, 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 very racist person or family in no matter what culture we live in, whether it be um, no matter what, no matter what religion, there's always going to be some bad people in it. How come I can sit down online and talk to some people? I've spoken to Muslim Arabs in Iraq, and they were speaking to me how ISIS were idiots. They were destroying them. They were making their religion look bad and stuff. Those are the awake people. I liked really meeting people that were awake like that. A lot of fighting. I tried to connect with um, as often as I could actually with native people online. I'm interested in the Indian cultures, the different native cultures. I have Indian background, the Métis Indian, and I want to learn a lot more about my ancestors and stuff. But the way life is, a lot of people have a hard time communicating with themselves, but not everybody. Not everybody. I have some, well, yeah, I have some Native Americans here, and I get along just fine with them. We can agree or disagree on certain things without, I believe if you're not racist, you won't have any problems dealing with anyone, no matter who you talk to online. It doesn't mean I agree with everything the Arabs do, but I don't have to turn around and say that they're bad people, right? But I'm usually not shy. When ISIS was tormenting people, it was the Muslim-based religion that was doing it. The ISIS. It's just I talk straight up truth. But people made like cancel culture and stuff. People made the words worse than they were, like racist. The word racist doesn't exist basically anymore because they did pretty much BLM and those other groups, horrific groups that people started was to trick people. I remember the first time I heard BLM, just think of it, Black Lives. Hearing that, it's a beautiful thing to say. Wow, people are waking up. Yes, Black Lives all matter, of course, of course. But that wasn't the intention of that group. That group are the reasons for many Black deaths in America, which is very, very sad. Carlson Tucker just talked about it recently. But people get enraged. Why do you say that? Where do you hear this? Who told you that? We're confused. Right? Didn't they say that in the Bible? That we were all going to be very, very confused before in the near the end times. Courts in the USA have ruled a human being can be owned in their DA as been manipulated and patented. Yeah, real nice, eh? So what they're going to do is they're going to manipulate us like they did, like they are doing, right? And turn around and saying, well, we own them. They own us. There's a number on us. When you die, the government, there's money he gets. Do you know that? We are an investment and a resource for the government and not the other way around, unfortunately. It's so silly, okay? So silly. Another thing is that the people like the trans people and stuff, we're talking 1% of people uh, that are trans in the States. So how can there be a problem with a culture of 1% people, right? They're like as numerous as the elites, apparently, right? People, the teenagers, what they're doing now online, the pronouns, which is ludicrous. Pronouns aren't ludicrous. You got two pronouns. You got the mama, got the papa. Everything else that's in the world is all from the mamas and the papas. Good group, too. Used to be a good group. Mamas and the papas. Anyways, boring. Bruce, just so boring because it's already 2 o'clock. And I want to thank you all for the amazing support that you give this channel. And I will be back on also at 8 o'clock and we'll stream from 8 to 10, something like that. So we can talk about some things that are going on. Yeah, AQC. Thanks for sharing that. You know what I think it also stands for? Black Liberation Movement. Oops. Probably not. No, I'm crazy for that. Thanks, AQC, for being here. Good people are just that, good people. Remember, we all are immigrants. You're absolutely right about that. Dave's not here, man. We all are immigrants of old world wars by rulers who conquered lands and seek to control the masses by laws and taxes. Yes, and to finish off that, all the beautiful races here on earth consist of exactly that, the mixing of everything. We're a nice mix. We're in reality, there are no white people. Eh? We're all brown. That's how I look at it. We're tanned, creamed, browned, really browned, black. Well, that's how it is. But in reality, yeah, the Tower of Babel. Exactly, John Black. That's exactly what I was referring to. That the way that people they say in the Bible where they're going to lose their minds and won't even be able to communicate anymore. And of course, trying to go up to heaven in the Tower of Babel, they went crazy. Which that's true if they did build a high tower, because that's what happens when people go up into high rising areas. Like imagine back in the day if they were actually able to make like a pyramid like structure or something that was like up into the clouds. Some of them would have died, would have lost oxygen, stopped breathing. Some of them maybe go crazy because of the heights, like Mount Everest. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. Love ya. Thanks, you guys. Bruce, do you see this, bro? Yes, I do, my friend. Paulo. Bernardinelli Bernstein. That rings a bell. I've heard of that person before. I've heard of that person before, my friend. Scruffy Page, it's a melting pot. Oh, yes, it is. I'll see Bruce at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. John Black, I love you, bro. Thanks a lot, man. My mom worked on Spitfires, welder. Oh, wow. And Riveter. My dad joined up at 16, saw 4 years, 4 year off war. They could be so sad and mixed up with what's happening. Oh, yeah, for sure. I hear you. I'm glad they passed in a way when they did. I understand that upside down Ukraine be absolutely devastating. Oh my gosh, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. They know what shit is there and the lies. Me with what I've seen happening upside down Ukraine in your country, or if whether you're there or not in Ukraine, I can only imagine what they lied to us about the First and Second World War and the Spanish War and the Revolutionary War and all the wars from the past where there's always someone that is in charge of after like the shit happens for some reason, they get rid of the stuff. Cataclysmic event, the world floods, they get rid of the stuff, right? They get rid of the stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all so much. I am going to have to get off and get prepared to go. I'm so sorry for cutting you off this early. Paulo, thanks, eh? Yeah, we all are crazy now. 2 years later, boom. Yes, that's how it is. Look at the fighting. Look at what people are doing. The Pope 85, Nancy Pelosi, Biden. At one point, these people are going to pass away, and maybe we'll get some better people up there. I just don't know what the hell is taking so long. Sorry there, but yes, Christy, thank you so much. I'll be back on at 8 o'clock, my friends. I love you so much for the amazing support that you give this channel. The channel um, is being attacked. The views are very, very low. So, Tim, Christy, and everyone, thanks for the amazing contributions. And if you're here, if you want to contribute to the channel, come by and drop me a view and maybe a comment, or maybe share the video. Click the bell and notifications if you sometimes want to get a notification, because don't worry, YouTube won't send it to you all the time. Half of the time, it doesn't work. So I'm off, my friends. So sorry to cut you off short. We'll have an extra long stream this evening, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Thank you so much for the amazing support, you guys. I love you all very much.